Andrew Chapman here. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm so good. How are you?
Great.
The show that we're talking about, Defending the Caveman, opens February 11th, which is, help me, tomorrow night?
2 nights from now?
2 nights from now. There we go.
What's today? I don't know. Just come.
So you're in the last stages of dress rehearsal and all of that,
Yeah,
so all that fine-tuning.
Exactly. You got it. All you need now is an audience.
Cool.
Which is a great variable.
Is it just you on stage the whole time?
Just me. Yeah.
Well, you're used to that as a stand-up comedian.
That's right. Yeah, and that's one of the great things about this show is it was written by a stand-up, and it pretty much is stand-up. And we sometimes have people on stage. We don't make fun of them or anything, but we sort of use them to our advantage in the show. And then we have the audience, and it's a very collective kind of experience.
Much like the stand-up audience.
Yeah. And if people want to heckle, they can heckle. We just add it into the show. That's one of my favorite parts about doing it, is that no two shows are the same. I try to customize each show to the audience that's there.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you mentioned that the show is being staged pretty much all over the world. There are so many versions of this elsewhere.
Yeah, I think the one we're using is the Icelandic version. It's all in English and everything, but yeah, there's a lot of different versions. It's been around for 25 years. It's the longest solo show on Broadway, and then they have like a 45-minute version for Vegas, so everyone gets back to the tables. Our version is about 2 hours.
Wow, and it's just you the whole time.
Yeah.
You had to learn all those lines, but still be comfortable enough with them that you can. It's a fluid process.
Yeah,
right?
that's the interesting thing. Like, I could do 2 hours of my own stand-up, no problem. But to do 2 hours of someone else's stand-up and kind of get behind their jokes and that kind of thing, that was the tricky part, to try to figure out why they put this there and that segue there. But once you get it, yeah, it's in there.
You gotta find the rhythm.
Yeah. And you gotta know it so well that if the audience does answer a question that you suggest or whatever, you can kind of work that in and then work your way back into the show. And the other thing about being, a one-man show, if you blank, forget where you are, you got yourself. There's no other actor going, isn't the door? Is someone that, there's no other cue. So luckily, with my own stand-up, I can kind of weave that in or start talking to the audience while your other brain is going, come on, get back on track. So it's kind of fun. I like it.
And I bet as the audience, we wouldn't even notice.
Hopefully.
What makes this show different from what the other ones might be, if we happen to catch those?
Yeah, the other ones, it's pretty minimal set normally, and it's a guy kind of giving sort of like a TED Talk kind of a thing, But what we've done is, as I say, we sometimes put people on the stage, and then we include the audience, so we really kind of make it seem like it's a group therapy, and that I'm me, or a version of myself, and talking about the issues of men and women, and why do we do the things that we do, and they're so confusing, and yet at the same time it's what keeps us together and brings us together.
We have to see some of this, so we've got a clip.
Oh.
Let's watch a little bit of Defending the Caveman.
Let me ask you this, sir. What's your name? Richard. Of course it is. Richard. You got any male territory in your house?
I'm not going to say nothing.
Male territory, what do you got? The garage, maybe, basement, if you have one, in the bathroom. Great real estate, huh? Really good place, but think about
Great library there, yeah.
Great library in the bathroom. Yeah. Make sure you don't share those books with other people. They stay right in the bathroom. Yeah. But like, when you think about those places, the attic, the bathroom, the garage, the basement, what all those places have in common? They're not even in the goddamn house.
Yeah, it's all the cast-off places.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I used to live with a woman, and we had an apartment or a house, and I had the whole attic with all that stuff. And then we moved to another house, and she just gave me a cupboard, because all your stuff goes in there. So, they'll squeeze you right out.
Here's the garage.
Which is a line from the show. It's not. It's a line from the show. It's a quote.
Well, even though you didn't write this show, do you feel it does reflect what's happened in your own life?
It's so weird. When we were in rehearsals and we're doing this, and I was dating somebody at the time, it's like, art imitates life or vice versa. There's a part of the show where he talks about when he was a bachelor, he would never lock his door or close a window when he went to, that's me. So if you know where I live, you can walk into my apartment right now. You can watch TV, there's not a lot in there. But yeah, I don't lock my doors or close my windows or unplug. I don't do any of that.
And
It's
yet,
interesting.
throw a woman into the mix.
Yeah. Apparently my blinds go down. I didn't know that, but yeah. Apparently. So it's been kind of...
Why are we, and I say we as in men and women, why are we so predictable? Why is this stuff so universal?
Oh, I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, it goes all the way back to caveman times, or at least that's the theme of this show. And that's what's great about it, and that's why it's so successful all over the world, because no matter what language you speak, you can relate to this kind of language. And that's what I like about the audience. Our audiences range from, 22-year-olds to 62-year-olds. And the 22-year-olds who are just dating for the first time, or maybe they just got engaged or something, they're like, this is what we have to look forward to, oh my gosh. And then the 62-year-olds, like, yep, we have been through that several times. And at the end of the show, like, they all kind of get each other and kind of laugh at each other and laugh at themselves, which is my favorite part.
Tell me about the venue. This is a great theater on Berkeley Street, the Alumni Theater.
Yeah.
Tell me about how you've staged it and how you're utilizing that venue.
Yeah, it's a great venue. It's a beautiful theater, but it also feels pretty intimate at the same time. I think there's about 140 seats, and the stage is pretty much right there within the audience in a way. So, as you saw in the clip, we have a bit of a set where we make it look like the man cave and whatever, and we have the audience right there. And that's what I like, is that everyone's so close, and it feels like a conversation rather than a monologue.
Cool. We've seen you before, if not on stage watching with some of your stand-up. We've seen you on TV, because you had a number of years working at YTV.
Yeah.
Was that good for your career, having that TV experience?
Absolutely, absolutely. It, especially coming from the stand-up world. I started doing stand-up in high school, so going right in the YTV world was like doing stand-up, because you got to think on your feet. And as you know, and as you do so well in this show, you have sort of a script, or sort of you know where you're going, but then you can go any which way. You gotta react fast. So, from stand-up to hosting TV shows, and then to doing sort of both of those things in this show, kind of all comes together.
It's the perfect blend, isn't it?
You kind of do a play. This show is kind of like a play. You're live, right?
Yeah,
It has to be a certain time. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're very good.
Oh, well, good, thank you.
You're
But more, enough about me, let's talk more about you. What's it like in Canada, Toronto specifically, but Canada in general? How does the comedy scene fare for comedians?
Oh my gosh, I just came off a 3-week tour. I did Ottawa, Kingston, and Toronto. The Toronto community is, I think, by far the best. We're pretty supportive, which is pretty great. I mean, there are these different niches, there's the dark comedy, there's the light comedy, there's the alternative comedy. But when we run into each other on the street, it's like, hey, how's it going? And like sometimes the stuff that happens backstage in the green room is better than the stuff that happens on stage.
That's true everywhere.
Yeah.
You wish, oh, too bad we don't have a camera here. Oh,
This is the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's great. And Vancouver is amazing, and it's really great. And yeah, and luckily we have shows, on the radio and TV that really highlight our communities.
So we can get tickets. Show opens 2 nights from now on the 11th. So go to thecaveman.ca and see Andrew Chapman in action.
Great show for Valentine's Day.
There you go. Good idea. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're going to head back and learn some more cleaning tips.